Anna Werner joins us now to talk about more about what she found. So, Anna, this is really interesting. I mean, first of all, when he went to the police station, what happened?
No, so he never wound up going to the police station.
He never wound up going,
He was on the phone with these people for 40 minutes, and finally, and he said, here's the thing, they were very nice to him. They were very polite to him. They said, we're just trying to help you, but you do need to be aware that if you do not resolve these issues, there will be a warrant issued for your arrest.
Wow.
But, they weren't threatening him. They weren't using a harassing tone. Finally, though, after about 40 minutes, they were talking about payment methods, and he started thinking, I'm just not sure. Called the sheriff's office and immediately got the answer. Forget about it. Hang up.
Wow.
And that really is the number one piece of advice. Hang up.
Yes.
But a lot of people are conditioned that if you hang up, it's rude.
Right.
There are a lot of elderly people. Now, just so you know, 77% of these complaints that the FTC gets are about people who call with scams and other practices on the phone. Mm-hmm. They don't really use email as much. They don't use snail mail hardly at all. But the government does use snail mail. And if the government has an issue like this with you, it's going to send you a letter.
A letter. Yeah.
And when you say on the phone, is it mostly landlines? It's not cell phones, is it?
Well,
or
I don't know. So
number?
I can just tell you that I pretty much only use a cell phone.
Yeah.
Right.
And I got those IRS scam calls where they call and say, you're in trouble with the IRS, there's a problem, you need to call us right away because you're about to be in trouble. I actually called one of them back because
I was going to say, boy, did they call the wrong person?
Right. Yeah, that's good.
Yeah,
You've got an investigative reporter on the phone here.
And then I told them, don't call me, I'm on the do not call list.
Right.
Which you can, by the way, put your phone numbers on the do not call list.
Yeah.
Go online, put your phone numbers on the do not call list. If you have a grandmother, an aunt who's elderly, if you have a friend who you just think needs a little help with these kinds of things, you can go to the do not call list, help them enroll themselves in the do not call list, and that hopefully will stop some of this kind of thing. But I'm here to tell you, okay, so I looked up, you're from Pennsylvania, you're from New York, I looked up your states, okay? There were 19,657 complaints about these imposter scams in your home state of New York, and 13,911 in your home state of Pennsylvania.
Really?
So gives you a sense of how many people, those are just the people who actually contact the FTC to complain about it. Keep in mind.
There's probably thousands more who don't. I mean, when I get one of those weird calls, I just hang, like you said, I just hang up.
Right,
and
me too.
I never think about it.
And Anna, isn't it the case too that people, when they are scammed, are sort of embarrassed? So there's people who, they just give up the money and call it a lesson learned?
I've spoken to people who have lost thousands, tens of thousands of dollars in these imposter scams. There's another one going around, a virtual kidnapping scam, where they pretend that they have kidnapped one of your loved ones. And they say, and they have somebody screaming in the background, and they say, don't hang up or I'm going to kill that person. Well, would you take the risk?
No,
Or would you run to the Western Union as they're making? And by the way, most of the money that's stolen through many of these scams was stolen, according to these FTC statistics, through wire transfers.
Unbelievable. Wow.
Maybe the wire transfer companies need to start to get involved in this. I'm sure you.
That's another story. The FTC actually did a settlement with some wire transfer companies.
Fascinating stuff and very scary too. Anna Werner, thank you very much for sharing that. We appreciate it.